Welcome in here live from Mike Carter Field in Tyler, Texas, where we have Tyler High's first game of 2 here on this Saturday afternoon from Mike Carter. I'm Reese Landon with Tyler ISD Athletics, Brownsboro, and Tyler High coming up here in just a couple of minutes. The Lions out on the field, Brownsboro to hit first as we are about to get you the starting lineups here. And first, we'll get you the starting lineup for the visiting Brownsboro Bears, who just took a game 7-2 against West Rusk. Leading off will be Bobby Dobbs, the pitcher, followed by Landon Burton. He's in center field. Danton Wright, the shortstop, hits in the 3 spot. He's followed by the cleanup hitter and the catcher in Hunter Snyder. Carson Crosby is the third baseman. He bats in the 5 spot. Batting 6 will be Logan Epperson. He is in left field. Hitting 7th will be Jackson Summerall, the second baseman, followed by Latavian Bell in right field, and then Dalton Taylor to round out the lineup. He bats 9th at first base. The starting pitcher is Bobby Dobbs today for the Brownsboro Bears. We'll get you the Tyler High lineup here in just a minute, but starting on the mound will be the right-hander in DeMarcus Pierce. Pierce will take the ball for the second time this season. The first time he had it, it went pretty well. In one game so far, 3 1/3 innings, an 0-1 record, but a 4.20 ERA. The walks were a big problem for him in that game, 6 walks, so he'll try to limit that here this afternoon on a beautiful day here from Mike Carter Field, the Eli Sanchez Memorial, day 3 in the final 2 games of the tournament here coming today. So Brownsboro will start it, and it'll be the pitcher and Bobby Dobbs. Both pitchers are hitting leadoff here today. And Dobbs will stand in to start this one. First pitch. It's in there for strike 1, DeMarcus Pierce. Tyler High, sophomore right-hander, as he brings home the 0-1. This ball's lined into left field. That's base hit. So off and running are the Bears, a leadoff single. And aboard is Bobby Dobbs. So 1 on with none out. And that'll bring the bat of Landon Burton to the plate. Burton, the center fielder, standing and hitting. As the runner goes, first pitch, it gets by De Leon, and no advance. Dobbs will stop at second base. So immediately, Brownsboro pushing the needle. And a runner into scoring position with nobody out. One 0 count. Pierce a check on second. And the pitch. This ball's hit in the air. Straightaway center field. Potts moving back towards it. He'll make the catch and no advance. Looks like we have some defensive changes before the game. Adrian Alvarado, it appears, is going to play first base here today. So some late changes. So Adrian Alvarado is now at first base. He was supposed to play shortstop. Aiden Portley, who was supposed to play third, is now at short. And Caleb Hall, who was supposed to be at first, is now at third. Here's a check on second. This ball's lined into right center field. That ball's down for a hit, and Potts cannot cut it off. It gets by him and all the way out to the track. This is going to be 3 bases for Danton Wright, the shortstop, who has a 1-out triple to put Brownsboro on the board. Potts, I think, got a hand on it, but it did not slow down the momentum enough. So 1-0 Brownsboro. A couple of hits here to start this one. First pitch here to the cleanup hitter, Hunter Snyder. That's in for strike 1. Infield draws in. There's a breaking ball off the turf. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the changes to the original starting lineup. Hall is at third now, Portley at short, and Alvarado at first. There's one up and in. I don't think I've seen Caleb Hall play third base before, and I'm not sure if I've seen Portley play shortstop. Two one is fouled back to the screen. We're even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Part of a doubleheader today. Still the hour and 45-minute time limit. After this, it'll be West Rusk and Tyler High at 5 o'clock. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Bounces in there. We've gone full here on Hunter Snyder. Three balls, 2 strikes. Pierce brings it home, and it misses inside for ball 4. So that'll put runners on the corners. Wright at third, Snyder at first, and now it's the 5-hitting Carson Crosby to the plate, as Snyder will be lifted for a courtesy runner. Pierce a long stare in. He will now step off and reset. You would think that the courtesy runner may be on the move here. Pierce holding from the belt as there's a pink back at the runner. Don't have a name on the runner, but it is number 4. And the runner is going before the first pitch. Pierce had looked the runner back, and now the courtesy runner taking off for second, no throw. Pierce didn't want to chance it, and Brownsboro capitalizes on the aggressive play. 2 into scoring position. And it hits him. So the bases are now loaded as Carson Crosby is drilled by that pitch. Still just 1 out in the inning, and Pierce now has the bases loaded. So it'll be the left fielder and Logan Epperson as Brent Ralston with a walkout to the mound. And he will talk it over in the infield. Epperson, the left fielder, due up. Jackson Summerall, the second baseman, will be in the hole.
Fans, if you want to keep up with everything that is going on in the Tyler ISD Athletic Department, like us on Facebook at Tyler ISD Athletic Department, and follow us on Twitter at TylerSD_ATH. More championship news is coming up here on Game Time. Dairy Queen proudly supports Tyler ISD Athletics, from delicious burgers and mouth-watering chicken strip baskets.
Ralston still talking it over on the mound right now. He will take his time in a slow walkout by the home plate umpire to go break it up. Well, here we go. It's Logan Epperson to the plate, no place to put him. Just 1 out in the inning. Single, fly out, triple, walk, hit by pitch. Epperson watches the first one away, ball 1. Infield stays in here. The base is loaded. They'll try to cut down the runner at the plate. Half swing there by Epperson. He committed to it, says the home plate umpire, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Epperson in open stance from the right side. Pierce comes to a hold. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string that time with a breaking ball, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strikeout would be the most ideal outcome here. See if he can get it. And he did. Breaking ball again over the inside corner. Tied him in knots and down swinging Logan Epperson. So the meeting at the mound at least works for the time being. Epperson down on strikes, and now the infield can play back with 2 outs. Here's the bat of Jackson Summerall, the second baseman. So he watches that first one inside for ball 1. Pierce with a heavy diet of breaking balls here in the first inning. Staring in and holding. 1-0's in there, top of the zone for strike 1. One ball and 1 strike. Pierce missing that time, and he goes 2 balls and 1 strike. So falling behind Summerall. Next is Latavian Bell, the right fielder. Pierce needs a strike here, doesn't want to fall behind 3-1. But he did just that. He misses high. Summerall 1 ball away from driving in a run. Three balls and a strike. Pitch. Bounces in there, ball 4, he lost him. A 2-out walk will drive in a run, as scoring will be right, and it's 2-0 Brownsboro. RBI credited to Summerall, Snyder on to third, Crosby into second. And now it's Bell with the bases still loaded and 2 outs in the inning. Pierce from the windup. First pitch misses way high, ball 1. It seemed like Pierce has actually been able to throw the breaking ball for strikes more than the fastball. Walking leads for every runner. So the 1-0 bounces in there, and now Pierce has fallen behind 2-0. The walks were an issue in his only outing of the year, where he did throw pretty well 3 1/3 innings. Gave up 2 runs, as it looks like there's about to be some activity down in the bullpen. There's a swing and a miss. Adrian Perez and Jose Zabaleta are running down to the bullpen. Pierce trying to grit through this first inning. It's only 2-0. But Brownsboro could make it a lot more. That one missing away. The count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Pierce in danger of walking in another run. Holding from the belt. 3-1 pitch. Way high, ball 4, he lost him. Latavian Bell walks. The 3rd walk of the inning for Pierce will plate another run. Snyder crossing the plate. Crosby on to 3rd. Summerall up to 2nd. So it'll be the 9th batter of the inning. Brownsboro leading 3-0. And Dalton Taylor, the 9-hitting first baseman, in. There's a called strike. If you're Pierce here, you just got to try to trust your stuff. Kind of been erratic and all around the zone, and he just needs strikes right now. That one just missing, not by a lot, ball 1. Pierce with a long look. So this ball is swung on and swatted, but way foul. Looks like it's Zabaleta, the one throwing in the bullpen right now. He has logged one appearance on the year. Left-hander down there throwing. 1-2. Fouled back. That was Pierce's 30th pitch of this first inning. One, two again. And this time he gets him looking. So Pierce with the strikeout. He does leave the bases loaded, but Brownsboro strikes for 3 here in this first inning. Half inning done, 3-0 Bears. You're watching Tyler ISD Athletics presented by Wagner Cadillac.
Last year.
Starting the bottom of the first inning here from Mike Carter Field. Tyler High's Mike Carter Field. Brownsboro 3, Tyler High none, as the Lions will get to the bat rack for the first time here tonight. Or this afternoon. It's about 3:41 local time. DeMarcus Pierce, the pitcher, will lead it off, and he is drilled right between the numbers to start the Lion first. So Tyler High with an immediate base runner as Pierce is drilled in the back. But that cannot feel good. So Bobby Dobbs, the pitcher for Brownsboro, hits him immediately. And now to be Malachi De Leon. De Leon catching today, had a huge day yesterday. 3 hits, including 2 runs scored and a stolen base. He swings and taps this one foul down the third base line. De Leon also scored the tying run in yesterday's 5-4 win. Beautiful day again here from Mike Carter. Temperature sitting in the mid-70s. Had some smoke in the air earlier, but it appears that is pretty much past at this point. Beaming sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. 1-1. Courtesy runner for Pierce with a good lead as that one misses down here to De Leon. Courtesy runner Nathan Cornelio, who's consistently been that courtesy runner this weekend. 2-1 here on De Leon. Next is Alvarado. Here's a rip, just foul, third base side. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just a tear in front of that. The left fielder in Epperson is playing way close to the line for Brownsboro. I mean, there is a gigantic gap in left center field. Looks like he'll continue to play that way. If De Leon can somehow get something into the left center field gap, that ball will roll all the way to the wall. Long look by Dobbs. Cornelio, a good lead as he'll be drawn back to the bag. Two balls, 2 strikes on De Leon. Dobbs taking his time. There's an extra step for Cornelio as there's a wave and a miss by De Leon. He's down swinging, 1 out. First strikeout for Dobbs. And now here's Adrian Alvarado.
On the bat, number 1, Adrian Alvarado.
Alvarado playing first base for the first time in his varsity career. Originally supposed to be the shortstop today, but a late move, and he's now at first as he watches that one for ball 1. Next is Caleb Hall, who was supposed to be at first base. He's now at third base. (1-0), and the breaking ball misses away. Alvarado jumps ahead 2-0. He scored the game-winning run yesterday on a wild pitch, pass ball, whatever you want to call it. Here's a swing and a foul ball straight back. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike here on Alvarado. Velasquez was actually the only one in the infield that stayed in their normal position before the changes, right before the start of this one. Cornelio hasn't gave it a bid to run yet. He's not running here as that one's down and away, and now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Take another peek at the Tyler High starting lineup on your screen right now. Pierce, De Leon, Alvarado, Hall, Portley, Adams, Higuera, Velasquez, and not listed, but Marquise Ponce, his first start of the year, he's in center field. There's one down and away. It's Alvarado, and 2 are on with one out here in the first inning. So Tyler High with some traffic on the bases, and now Caleb Hall, who's had a quiet weekend, trying to get into one here. Hall was involved in a weird play in the final inning yesterday in the 5-4 win. Get to that in just a second. First pitch, he holds off the breaking ball. It's 1-0. He hit a ground ball over to second base with 2 on and none out. Tyler Hyde down by a run in the 6th inning, which was the last inning due to the time rule. Looked like a tailor-made double play. Instead, it went 4-6 and then to 3. Hall was just able to beat out the throw, but then everyone was ruled safe. As that one misses down and away, Dobbs really struggling with control right now. Everyone was ruled safe as the field umpire indicated that either the runner in Alvarado was not tagged or the bag was not tagged. So instead of 2 on with 1 out, it would have been runners on the corners with 1 out. It gave Tyler Hyde the bases loaded with nobody out, and obviously they went on to win 5-4. Up and in. Hall has went ahead 3-0. I mean, Dobbs is all over the place. He's missing up, he's missing down, east, west. There we go. Back up and work. Or not. Hopefully that you can hear and see us now, as there's a base hit into right field that'll make it 4-0 Brownsboro. Base hit that time by the two-hitter, and Landon Burden plating a run. Dobbs comes around to score. 4-0 Bears. I apologize for that break in the action. Tyler High had them loaded. They ended up 2 strikeouts to end the inning. It looked like our gear either overheated or something happened, but hopefully you can hear and see what you may now. I'm working to get all these score bugs back and going, so bear with us for just a moment. Landon Burden at first, Danton right, the shortstop at the plate. Throw back to the bag. Burden picks up the RBI on the single. Runner going. The pitch is high. De Leon's throw to second is tardy, and safe is right. So Brownsboro now with the runner in scoring position. Once again, we're trying to get our score bugs and everything else updated on your screen, as well as the camera placement. Way high that time from Pierce. 2 balls and no strikes. Got to think that Pierce is probably running on fumes right now. He might not be out there much longer. Three balls and no strikes here on Danton right. He watches that one away, ball 4. Seth Gibson now out of the dugout, and I think we are going to have a change brewing here as Jose Zabaleta is now walking onto the field, and we will have a pitching change. We'll take this pitching change to get all our graphics and everything back and booted up. 2 on, not out here in the second. 4-0 Brownsboro. You're watching Tyler ISD Athletics presented by Wagner Cadillac. Back here, top of the second inning, Brownsboro leading Tyler High 4-0. The new pitcher on the mound for DeMarcus Pierce is going to be Jose Zabaleta. The senior left-hander takes over for Pierce, who lasts an inning plus 3 batters. As Zabaleta will take over on the mound, getting ready to face Hunter Snyder, the catcher. 4-0 Brownsboro. So we're back here on Tyler ISD Athletics. Hopefully those issues that we were just experiencing are a hiccup and not something that will continuously happen. And Zabaleta loosening and getting ready to go to work. Zabaleta just 1 game this year. He pitched a third of an inning. The problem for him was the walks. He walked 4 in that appearance and gave up 3 runs. Pierce will finish with 4 hits allowed, 4 runs, and he's also responsible for the guys on first and second right now. He walks 4 and he strikes out 1. Landon Burden, the center fielder, he's on second base. Danton Wright, the shortstop, he's on first. So here's Hunter Snyder, the catcher, who walked and came around to score just an inning ago. A very slow-moving one so far from Mike Carter. First pitch misses way high for ball 1. Zabaleta, the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball left side. That's into left field for a hit. Stop sign at third base for Burden. And Brownsboro has loaded the bases with nobody out here in the second inning. 5th hit of the game, and now the 3rd of the inning. Burden on to 3rd, right into 2nd. Snyder pulls in safely to 1st, and now it's the bases juiced with nobody out, and Carson Crosby, the 3rd baseman, will hit. We'll have a courtesy runner again for the catcher and Snyder. No place to put him. Crosby was hit by a pitch his first time up. He was left stranded at 3rd to end the inning. First pitch from Zabaleta misses way up and away, ball 1. Pierce is now taken over at 3rd base. Pierce, Caleb Hall, just a straight switch. Is he in right field? He has now moved out to right field. It's gone 2-0 on Crosby. So Echandy, the right fielder, he has now moved out of the game. Two 2-0 count, and Zabaleta needing a strike with nobody out in the inning. Left-hander works from the wind. The 2-0 pitch. Swung on in line center field. Potts, he'll make the catch, and the runners thought it was going to drop as Potts pump faked, and now we'll get it back into the infield. That's the first out of the inning. Well, Potts played it so nonchalant in center field, everybody must have thought it was going to fall in front of him, but he easily makes the play as he was playing pretty shallow. 1 out in the inning. Now here comes Logan Epperson, the left fielder. Epperson struck out back in the first inning. He did that with the bases loaded and 1 out, which is the exact same situation here. Corners in, middle infield back. First pitch is a foul ball off the mid of De Leon. 0-1. On deck, Summerall, who drove in a run on a walk, and behind him, Latavian Bell, who did the same. The 0-1. Thought about it, but held off, did the left fielder Epperson. It's 2-0, or rather 1-1. Zabaleta winds, and the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and one that Epperson would like to have back. That was well wide, but he went fishing, and it's 1-2. Tyler High trying to limit the damage here in the second inning. Zabaleta far third base side of the rubber. 1-2 is way up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two from Zabaleta. Swing and a miss. Epperson's down on strikes for the second time in as many innings. And after having the bases loaded with nobody out, Zabaleta has found a couple outs, and he has a chance to strand them loaded. Here is Jackson Summerall. For 4-0 Brownsboro. The runner breaking for the plate. The throw is high, and it's a steal of home. Zabaleta working out of the windup, and Landon Burden broke off of third and beat it to the plate. 5-0 Bears. How about that, a steal of home? 1-0 is fouled back. Yeah, Zabaleta had a couple of things working against him. A, obviously out of the windup, and B, when he is out of the windup, his back is turned to third base. So he really had no idea where Burden was, and Burden steals home rather easily. As Zabaleta balks. Wright was breaking for third, and Zabaleta just stopped what he was doing. He had already started the windup, so it'll now be second and third. Summerall pops this one in the air, and this will be playable. Foul ground, first base side. Alvarado will put the squeeze on it. That'll end things here in the second inning. So Brownsboro, they get a couple more, and now we're off to the bottom of the second inning with the Bears leading this one 5-0. You're watching Tyler ISD Athletics presented by Wagner Cadillac. Juan Higuera will get us started here in the bottom of the second inning. Tyler High sent 6 to the plate in the first inning, but they came out with no runs. Bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. Higuera ahead 1-0. Tyler High to get back in this game, they're going to have to string base runners like they did in that first inning, but they've got to find a way this time to bring him around. Here's a liner back through the middle, and Juan Higuera with a base hit. Good piece of hitting there by the left fielder. He's aboard here with nobody out. So Higuera on, and now here comes Felipe Velasquez. Velasquez yesterday, he had a triple on a ball hit out to the right fielder for Palestine Westwood that he could not get to in time, and then the ball scooted past him, and Velasquez made it all the way to third base. Throw back at Higuera. Marquise Ponce making his season debut is next, and then it's back to the top of the order. Higuera with a very modest lead over at first. Squaring to bunt Velasquez. He can't get it. And now the throw down to second. A late break, and in safely is Higuera. Well, if the shortstop in right was covering from ready, set, go, it looked like Higuera would be out. He also nearly made the play on the run, but he couldn't catch it cleanly. So Velasquez unable to get the bunt down, but it threw the catcher off in Snyder, and Higuera scoots up to second. First baseman and Taylor playing way up in anticipation of a bunt, and he'll get it right up the first baseline, but that ball's going to roll foul. So now 0-2 on Velasquez. He'll have to swing it with 2 strikes. Pause from the belt. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got Velasquez on the breaking ball. The 4th strikeout now for Bobby Dobbs. And 1 away here in the second.
Coming to the bat, number 3, Marquise Ponce.
So Ponce making his season debut in center field. He'll hit in the 9 spot. Start things off here. First pitch. Ponce watches the breaking ball in there for strike 1. Taylor, the first baseman, playing way up again. Thinking bunt, although the other corner in Crosby, he's playing way back. A 1. This ball's put in the air. Foul ground, first base side, and that's back into the seats. Now 0-2 on Ponce. Top of the order, and Pierce is next. Oh, 2 pitch. Ponce rips this one just foul down the third baseline. Nearly had extra bases, but just a bit wide of that third base bag. Stay here at 0-2. Tyler High trailing 5-0 here in the second inning. They just got their first hit of the ball game. Juan Higuera, who's now at second. The 0-2. Bounces in there, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two count. Ponce watches that one bounce in there again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it hasn't exactly been an efficient start for Dobbs, who was all over the place in the first inning, but he did work around a bases-loaded jam. He's already starting to creep towards 40 pitches. Ponce drills this one down to third. Was it caught or trapped? There was no signal. Ponce is going to beat it out, and now there's an out call. Ponce is out, and now over to third is Higuera. It is an out, but Brownsboro understandably upset because the third baseman in Crosby slung it across over to first, and it was a throwaway.
Coming to bat, number 23.
So it'll be the second out of the inning, but the delayed call might benefit the Lions there as Higuera gets an extra 90 feet. Now here's DeMarcus Pierce. First one bouncing in there. Ball one to Pierce, who was hit by a pitch his first time. 1-0, he sprays straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike. The next pitch will be number 40 for Dobbs. The 1-1. Pierce lifts this one in the air, and this will be the final out of the inning if they can find it. Near collision as Taylor ends up making the catch over near second base, and that'll be the final out of the inning. Lions threaten, don't score, and we're through 2. It's 5-0 Bears. You're watching Tyler ISD Athletics presented by Wagner Cadillac. Back here as we start the top of the third inning, and immediately there's a hit. The ball gets by Higuera, who relays it back into the infield, but not quickly enough. It is a leadoff knock here to start the third. Latavian Bell with a base hit plus an error by Higuera. 6th of the game for Brownsboro. Now it's the 9 hitting Dalton Taylor. Bell's aboard for the second time. First pitch here to Taylor, misses high from Zabaleta, ball 1. Starting to near the halfway point of the time limit. Nobody out in the top of the 3rd inning, so this one's been moving very slow. Fouled back by Taylor. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dobbs is next. He's at the top of the order, and he's already had a couple of hits. Brownsboro has pounded out 6 so far. They've only recorded 6 outs. There's a foul tip into the mitt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Taylor popped out to Adrian Alvarado to end the 1st inning. 1-2's way up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lions are going to need some length out of Zabaleta. I don't think there's much more to be said there. I mean, they need to keep pitching. Runner goes for 3rd as the pitch is up and away. Pierce, who's now back behind the plate, had no chance. Defensive changes all over for Tyler High. DeLeon was behind the plate. He's now at shortstop as the infield comes in. There's a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for Zabaleta. Dalton Taylor down swinging. 1 away. But DeLeon is now at shortstop. He was back behind the plate to start the game. Portley goes from shortstop to 3rd where he was originally supposed to be. Up and away that time, ball 1, the infield stays in. One-0 is a weave and a miss by Dobbs, who singled in the 1st, singled in the 2nd, and he scored both times. Way up and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. West Rusk and Tyler High will be about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. I'll cap off the Eli Sanchez Memorial. 2-1. Weave and a miss. Dobbs now down 2 strikes. It's 2-2. Up and away to Dobbs. The count has gone full. Brownsboro scored 3 runs in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd. To take the 5-0 lead. Now a runner at 3rd. They have a chance to tack on. Zabaleta, full count, and the pitch. Line drive, and it's caught by DeLeon. Well, DeLeon jumped right as the ball was leaving the bat, so he was actually coming back down to the turf, but still managed to hold on. And the 2nd out of the inning recorded. Two away for Landon Burden, the center fielder. Zabaleta trying to throw up a 0 on the scoreboard. Burden pops this one a mile in the air, shallow center. Potts will come on, and Potts will make the catch, and that's a nice job by Zabaleta, who works around the leadoff base runner and doesn't allow anything more. Through 2.5, 5-0 Bears. You're watching Tyler ISD Athletics, presented by Wagner Cadillac. Back here as we start the bottom of the third inning as Malachi De Leon nearly hit by a pitch. Misses up and in from Dobbs. Ball one. 2-3-4 due up. Tyler High's already left 4 on the bases, but they have no runs on the board. De Leon struck out his first time. As here's a grounder back to the pitcher on a check swing. Thrown down to first in time. De Leon retired. One to 3 on the bounce out.
Coming to bat, number 1, Adrian Alvarado.
One away here for Adrian Alvarado. Right-handed bat of Alvarado standing and waiting as he grounds this one deep in the hole left side. Going to be a tough play. Right picks and throws, but through late. That's a base hit. Good hustle by Alvarado as he beats it out for the infield single. He's aboard for the second time today. The only way Wright was going to be able to make that play is if he made the throw on the run. Instead, he opted to stop and get a more efficient throw across, but by not making the throw on the run, he costed himself half a second, and that's all it took. So Caleb Hall with 1 on and 1 out. As the first one misses down and in, ball 1. Hall walked in the first inning. He was left stranded. Tyler High had him loaded in the bottom of the first, but back-to-back strikeouts ended any hopes of any runs. 1-0. Hall swats at it and fouls it off. 1 ball and 1 strike. West Rusk is starting to loosen up down the left field line. They fell in their game against Brownsboro 7-2 earlier. 5-0 the Lions trail here in the third inning. Hall puts a tap on that back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hall back to the plate. Portley is on deck. 1-2. Hall waves and misses for strike 3. Fifth strikeout for Dobbs. And now there is 2 outs in the inning as Portley will come to the plate. Alvarado still at first. Portley was a strikeout victim earlier. First pitch, squared to bunt. He pops it up. A long run and unable to get it is Dobbs, and everyone's going to be safe. Well, Dobbs, sensing the bunt, took a half step in, and it actually gets popped up towards second base, and it lands cleanly.
Coming to bat, number 20.
Be ruled an error on the play. So 2 on, 2 out. And it's Toby Adams who struck out his first time up. See if Adams can put bat to ball. His first one misses way wide. Alvarado takes off as it skips on the dirt, or on the turf, I should say, and up to third base goes Alvarado. No advance from Portley. So Tyler High now with runners on the corners. This is another chance to score runs. They've already left 4 on base today. See if maybe Portley's in motion now to create some chaos. He's not, as Adams hacks at that one but misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Higuera's next, who has one of the 2 hits for the Lions today. One ball and 1 strike. Portley an extra step over at first, and he's running. The pitch misses away. The throw will be to second, and everyone's going to be safe. Tyler High is on the board, and I mentioned we'll see if Tyler High tries to get aggressive, and they do there. So a straight swipe by Portley, and Alvarado, smart baseball, heads up, makes it home. Well, you could tell what the objective there was for Brownsboro, it would be to cut that ball off and then try to cut down Alvarado at the plate. So Adams watches inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. But the throw was high and wide of the cutoff second baseman. Summerall couldn't get it. It was actually the shortstop and right to field it, but the throw was errant, so they had no chance to even get Portley. 3-1's wide for ball 4. So Tyler High starting to put something together here in the 3rd inning. Via a couple of mistakes by Brownsboro and some chaos on the bases. So 2 on, 2 out. Juan Higuera, who had a base hit to right center his first time, will stand in. And he has got a lot of real estate to right center field right now. Right fielder and Bell is way over towards the line. Higuera taps this one foul right around the plate. Five-1 if you're just joining us, bottom of the 3rd inning. Lions trailing by 4, but trying to chip back into this one. Runner going for 3rd and Portley as it's not received properly by Snyder, and Portley steals 3rd. Seth Gibson, he's being aggressive with his guys on the bases right now, and Aiden Portley swipes 3rd. Snyder would have had a chance to throw him out. It wasn't a particularly great jump, as now here goes Adams. Adams, he's safe. Portley breaks for the plate, and now he's in a rundown. Portley back to 3rd, waiting on the throw. Portley's out. So the aggressiveness finally cost the Lions. Adams was going to steal 2nd, but Portley trying to break and score. Unfortunately can't, and that'll end the inning. Lions do get a run, though. We're off to the 4th inning, 5-1 Bears. You're watching Tyler ISD Athletics, presented by Wagner Cadillac. Top of the 4th inning, getting ready to kick off. Mike Carter Field and Tyler on a beautiful day for baseball. 5-1 Brownsboro leading Tyler Highs. Jose Zabaleta back to the mound. He's done a nice job out of the bullpen. Was put in a really tough spot, but he's been able to work a couple of innings so far as the first pitch misses. Ball 1. Zabaleta working third base side of the rubber. Brings it home. That one just missing to Danton Wright, the shortstop, who's tripled and walked, also scored a run today. Zabaleta looking to get a strike. He's going to get it here as that ball is fouled off deep down the right field line. Look out in the parking lot. Here's the 2-1. Over the outside corner, strike 2. This is the best I've seen Zabaleta throw, and he threw some games last year, but when he's able to actually consistently find those corners, he can actually be quite effective. Fouled straight back here. 2-2 it remains. Two again. Swung on and popped back out of play. Keep it right here again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-4-5 due up for Brownsboro. Two pitch. Swung on and popped up again out of play. Two again. And just misses that time, glancing off the mitt of Pierce. Three balls, 2 strikes, left on left, right against Zabaleta. And it misses away, ball 4, he lost it. Leadoff walk here for the Bears. Wright is aboard for the 3rd time today. So I'll put a runner on with none out. Now the cleanup hitter, Hunter Snyder, who's also been aboard twice. Zabaleta comes to a hold. First pitch. This is up and away, ball 1. One and 0 count, a long pause, and Zabaleta will now throw back over to first base. I don't think there were any defensive changes this inning for the first time in a few. Runner going as the throw back to first, now on to second, and a great scoop by De Leon to tag out the runner. So Zabaleta, who had a couple of problems holding runners on earlier, that time with the pick over to first. Alvarado did not have a clean throw to second, but De Leon picks it off the turf and puts the tag down for the first out. So Wright is picked off. The count is still 1-0 here on Snyder. So he watches that one high, 2 balls and no strikes. Wright swings and hits this one just over the glove of Portley down at third base. That's a base knock. Hunter Snyder aboard for the 3rd time, his 2nd hit today. And 1 on, 1 out here in the 4th for the Bears. Snyder will have another courtesy runner. First pitch popped a mile in the air over to short. De Leon coming on, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Well, it is really good to see. Tyler High has been very clean defensively overall today. Had a tough start to this one, but ever since, it's been kind of even. 2 outs in the inning now. Here is Logan Epperson, the left fielder, after Crosby just popped out. First pitch misses for ball 1 from Zabaleta. There's another throwback, nearly thrown away by Zabaleta. There's a number off the end of the bat. Foul, first base side as it rolls over near the dugout. We're in the fourth, 5-1 Brownsboro. They struck for 5 runs in each. They struck for 5 runs in the first 2 innings, 3 in the first and 2 in the second. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. This is up and away. Two balls and one strike. There's a throwback to the bag. Get into our baseball trivia here either on the next batter or when we start the bottom of the 4th inning. I kind of forgot about it today, to be honest, with the technicality issue earlier with our equipment overheating. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Zabaleta skips that one in there. It's 3-1. Question today does involve the Texas Rangers, so I'll give you that to think about. Three-one count. Here's the pitch. This ball's lined into left field, and Higuera will watch it one hop in front of him for a base hit. 2 are on here in the 4th for Brownsboro. Second hit of the inning. It's 2 on and 2 out. Now it's Jackson Summerall. Epperson's first hit today after a couple of strikeouts. Summerall for 1 with a walk. All right, baseball trivia today. 2011 Texas Rangers, who lost in the World Series. They had 2 guys that both hit 32 home runs. One of them was Adrian Beltre. Who was the other one? Is it A, Nelson Cruz, B, Josh Hamilton, C, Ian Kinsler, or D, Michael Young? Once again, 32 home runs were hit by 2 guys on that 2011 Rangers team. One is Adrian Beltre. Who is the other one? A, Nelson Cruz, B, Josh Hamilton, C, Mike Napoli, D, Michael Young. There's a base hit to left field off the bat of Summerall. The wave is on to the plate. Higuera with a great throw. The tag just underneath the tag is the courtesy runner for Snyder. Higuera with a great throw to the plate, and they nearly had him, but instead Brownsboro will tack on another run. Everyone moves up as well, and Summerall has an RBI single, advancing to second on the throw home. 6-1, Brownsboro, and now it's Latavian Bell. Once again, we'll get you the answer here next half inning, but Rangers trivia. Who was tied for Adrian Beltre in the team lead with 32 home runs in 2011? A, Nelson Cruz, B, Josh Hamilton, C, Ian Kinsler, D. Actually, hold on. Let's just recycle this question. I overlooked something. All right. Redo on this question. Who finished tied for the team lead in 2011 in home runs for the Rangers with Adrian Beltre? A, Nelson Cruz, B, Josh Hamilton, C, Ian Kinsler, D, as there's a called strike, D, Mike Napoli. Your options: Cruz, Hamilton, Kinsler, Napoli. Missing just time. They count now 2-1. I apologize for the mix-up there. I was overlooking something. I had Michael Young on the list who had 10 home runs, so just I hope nobody answered that, but just cross that off completely. Fouled back, 2-2. Tavian Bell at the plate. Two-two. Bounces in there. It's going 3-2 on Bell, who doubled his last time to the plate. Working with a couple in scoring position. Another one bouncing in for ball 4. Bases are now loaded for Brownsboro here in the top of the 4th inning. And it's going to be Dalton Taylor's spot at the plate, but it looks like we got a pinch hitter. Well, I do not have a name for this pinch hitter, but he is at the plate right now, I can tell you that. There's a tapper foul. 0-1. Taylor, the first baseman, is being pinch hit for here. Top of the order, and Bobby Dobbs is next. Up and away. 1-1 Zabaleta's pitch count is starting to balloon. He's now at 55 pitches here on the afternoon. This one misses down and in. It nearly hit the batter. 2-1. 2-1. On a line to center field. Potts barely has to move as he'll make the catch. Zabaleta allows a run here in the 4th inning, but nothing more. He leaves the bases loaded. 6-1 Brownsboro after 3.5. You're watching Tyler ISD Athletics, presented by Wagner Cadillac. Back here as we get ready to start the bottom of the 4th inning. Brownsboro leading this one 6-1 over Tyler High. Back to the mound is the right-hander and Bobby Dobbs. His first pitch is lined into center field. How about that? Juan Higuera with a couple of hits this afternoon. He's aboard. First pitch swinging here in the 4th. Leadoff knock by Higuera. That'll be Felipe Velasquez. Velasquez, he struck out swinging his first time up. He tried to lay out a bunt earlier. We'll see if he might try something similar here. There it is. Comes inside. He is hit. Did get the bat. Might have got the bat, actually, and it's a foul ball. He was just kind of in the position where he couldn't pull away from it once he had already committed because the ball was so far inside. Higuera off of first. There's a toss back to the bag. Nothing in one here on Velasquez. And the pitch. Felipe puts this one in the air down the right field line, but moving over, playing it perfectly was Bell. The throw back quickly, back into the bag goes Higuera. First down of the inning. Now here's Marquise Potts with one on and one out. And there you had Velasquez played perfectly that time. Right over near the line, the right fielder and Bell actually did not have to move that much. First pitch to Potts is a breaking ball, hit in the air, left center field, a long run, Epperson, but he will glide under it and make the catch. Higuera was way off the bag. He will be doubled off for the double play. Higuera thought it might land. It didn't, and cutting him down was Epperson all the way from left field. So the leadoff man short-lived for Tyler High here in the fourth. We're off to the fifth, 6-1 Brownsboro. You're watching Tyler ISD Athletics presented by Wagner Cadillac. Top of the fifth inning in what will probably be our last inning here tonight. Due to time limit, we're about 12 minutes away right now as this one skied way up in the air out towards left. Higuera fighting off the sun. He'll make the catch. One pitch, one out here to start the fifth inning. So one out now after Dobbs pops out to left field, and now here comes Landon Burton. Jose Zabaleta back on the mound as this one's lined into center field. That's a base hit for Burton. He's got a 2-hit game. 1 on, 1 out here in the 5th inning. All right, back to our trivia question. Asked 1 inning ago. And that trivia question being, who tied Adrian Beltre for the team lead in home runs in 2011 for the Rangers team that came up just short in the World Series? A, Nelson Cruz. B, Josh Hamilton. C, Ian Kinsler. D, Mike Napoli. Here's a grounder over to second. This could be 2. Shoveled on to second for 1. De Leon's throw late over to first. That'll be a fielder's choice. The correct answer to that question, Ian Kinsler hit 32 home runs that year. Mike Napoli with 30. Nelson Cruz with 29. Josh Hamilton with 25. So it was all very close. Hamilton kind of had a down year by his standards. Still a good player, but the year before he OPS'd over 1,000. Throw back to the bag. Now 2 outs in the inning with the fielder's choice by Danton Wright and Hunter Snyder, who has 2 hits and a walk at the dish. Zabaleta holding. Misses up. Well, if Zabaleta can get this final out, he really gave Tyler High some length. He's only been charged with 1 run so far through 3 2/3. Zabaleta, pitch number 62, and that misses down, ball 2. On deck is the third baseman, Crosby. Snyder would have to reach, though, for him to get a chance. About 10 minutes away from the time limit, so this is going to likely be the last inning, but Zabaleta speed running through it right now. There's a cut and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shadows really starting to creep out onto the field. So we near the 5 o'clock hour here in Tyler. Still beaming sunshine, though. Not a cloud in the sky. 2-1 is off the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner goes. 3-1. It's high, so no throw needed. It would have been a straight swipe anyway for Wright, but now it's 2 on and 2 out. Right into scoring position. Snyder is on for the 4th time. He has not been put out, and we'll get another courtesy runner for him. First pitch here to Crosby as he watches ball 1. Want to know here on Crosby, who is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. And he's hit by a second pitch. Comes right inside and hits him on the backside, and the bases are now loaded here for Brownsboro. They have a chance to put it out of reach with the hit here, and here's Logan Epperson. Epperson, the left fielder, 1 for 3. He had an RBI single, or rather just a single his last time. Brett Ralston out to the mound to talk with Zabaleta. There's nobody warming, so this is his game right now. Obviously trailing by 5 in what is potentially the last inning. You don't want to burn through another arm unless you have to. We'll talk it over on the mound. Well, we have the delay in the action. Kelly Community Federal Credit Union has been serving Smith County for over 60 years, caring for our community like family. From savings and checkings accounts to loans and investments, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. With Kelly Community, save more, earn more, do more financially. Mount visit over. Sacks are still full here for Brownsboro. And here comes Logan Epperson, 1 for 3 on the day. Epperson to take his axe here from the right side. First pitch. He's swinging, puts it in the air, center field, Potts under it, and he will make the catch. Bases are left loaded, and a tip of the cap to Jose Zabaleta, who works 4 innings of 1-run ball out of the bullpen. Off to the bottom of the 5th, which will probably be our last half inning here this afternoon in Game 1 of the doubleheader. You're watching Tyler High Baseball presented by Wagner Cadillac. Marcus Pierce will get us started. Bottom of the 5th inning. This will be it. As Brownsboro and Tyler High are about 5 minutes away from the time limit. So this is going to be the last half inning. We'll only play 5 here this afternoon. DeMarcus Pierce at the top of the lineup will start it here in the 5th. First pitch. Breaking ball drops in there for strike 1. Dobbs back out on the mound. 4 innings of 1-run ball so far. He would have a chance in a 5-inning complete game as the breaking ball nearly hit Pierce. Very slow. Drops just outside that inside corner. 1-1 is mashed way up in the air. Pierce got just under it as Epperson in left field. Actually, it looks like Bell is now in left field. He'll make the catch. 1 out. Pierce just getting under that one. So now it's Malachi De Leon, 0 for 2 on the day, and he'll bat with 1 out here in the 5th inning. De Leon, then Alvarado. Nothing after that guaranteed. The Lions play with their final 2 outs. Reminder, the second game of the doubleheader against West Rusk will be about a half hour after the conclusion of this one. De Leon a wave and a miss. A 1. Put in the air, right center field. Long run for the center fielder in Burton, but he glides under it for out number 2. De Leon put away a couple of flyouts here to start the 5th, and now it'll be Alvarado with 2 outs.
Number 1, Adrian Alvarado.
Alvarado has walked as well as singled today. He scored the only run for the Lions. He swings and misses at the breaker that time. 0-1. Dobbs has kind of settled in. He was all over the place in the first couple of innings, but the past 2 innings were super efficient in terms of pitch count and a very efficient start to the 5th. 1 ball and 1 strike. Alvarado now had 2 and 1. 2-1 pitch. Alvarado pops this one in the air. This will be playable over at first base. The squeeze made, and that should be the ball game. Tyler High falls in game 1 of the doubleheader. 6-1 here against Brownsboro. Complete game for Bobby Dobbs. He allows 1 run in 5 innings. He'll get the win. The loss will go to DeMarcus Pierce. 1 inning, allowing 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks, 1 strikeout. Reminder, you can find game 2 of today on the channel. West Rusk and Tyler High coming up in about a half hour. Go back to our YouTube, youtube.com/@TylerISDathletics, and click on the West Rusk stream. Stream. Tripping on my words right now, but you'll find that right there, and we'll go live right before the start of game 2. Until then, I'm Reese Landon saying so long. 6-1 our final in game 1 of the doubleheader. Watching Tyler ISD Athletics presented by Wagner Cadillac.